Hey guys, it's Jonny. You may remember last year I did a video talking about a storage unit investment that I'd made in the center of Madrid. Well, I've actually bought a second storage unit also in Madrid. And so in today's video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the investment, and I'm also going to give you a tour of the storage unit and the general facility as well, so you get an idea of what it is that I'm working with. So let's get right into the video. So as I mentioned in a recent video, storage units are a really great way to invest in real estate with low initial capital, whilst investing in physical real estate, getting the cash flow, but without the risks of leverage and a lot of the hassle and work that comes with having a residential property. So it's something that particularly caught my eye in Spain, particularly given the demand that there is for these storage units in Spain. Demand is really quite high for these. And so in my case, when I've looked for storage units to buy, I've often targeted residential areas or areas where there are a lot of, businesses or small businesses nearby. That was particularly the case with the first storage unit I bought. It's in a very densely populated residential areas, and there's also very close to a lot of business in that neighborhood as well. So I got quite a lot of interest in the unit right from the start when I published the advert for it. This second storage unit is also in a residential area, not so busy, not as much footfall as in the area where the first storage unit that I have is. Nevertheless, a good location, and I'm sure there will be demand for it. So let's go take a look at the facility. One quick warning before we start though, it seems that there was some interference between the camera and the lights in the entrance. So I do apologize for that flashing that's going on kind of in the first 30 seconds or so of that video. And I'm not sure if there's anyone with photosensitive epilepsy watching. I'm not sure if that's a trigger for you, but if it is a possible trigger for you, then I've marked in the chapters of the video where that is so that you can skip ahead. Basically in that section, I'm talking about the entrance and what general facilities the property has. So let's go. Okay guys, so this is the building. So we're gonna walk through, there's still a bit of work going on. You can see there was an incident kind of with a water leak, so they're repairing that right now. So the building has like a security system, it has cameras, it has an alarm which can be turned on and off when people go out. Got a lift here, if you look. So people can put stuff in the lift and then send it down, and then let's send that down. It's this one, no? So we'll go down now, we'll meet the lift down there. And so there you go, the lift has arrived. Alright, now let's go and check out the unit. So the building has bigger units. I bought one of the smaller units, which we're going to look at now, so you can see it right here. It's kind of in like an L shape. We'll turn on the light. You can see it's an L shape. It's about 1.77 meters in terms of surface and about 2.5 meters in height. So, it's a good space. I was talking to my girlfriend, who's actually behind the camera right now, and she said that from a psychological perspective, someone might think it's a smaller space. But realistically, if you think about this, you've got quite a height there. You could easily set up, some shelves there. So I think it's a good space. So you can see obviously there's like a full kind of hallway where you've got other units as well, which are bigger. As I say, this is one of the smaller ones. We've got like a toilet in the building as well, so if you're coming from far away or you're going to spend a long time here because you've got a lot of stuff, then of course it's good to have that on hand as well. So let's say this is a nice investment. I talked about it in another one of my videos. The other storage unit I've got, not too much capital required. You can get a decent return on your investment. And yeah, it's something a little bit different, I find, but something quite profitable too. So just to tell you a bit about the neighborhood, this is quite a residential neighborhood, quite quiet. There's a few shops, few businesses around, but a lot of older residential properties that are here. So it's really good for finding, people who've maybe got too many things in their apartment, but they don't have the space to store it. Solutions like this are really, really good. You can see if we go down to the street level, you'll see that there's parking on the street as well. We've come up like a flat surface here, so it's not difficult. So, it's not like you're climbing stairs to get in, and then you've got parking down the street as well. Now, from a numbers perspective, as I say, this storage unit on its own was 6,500 euros to purchase, and the expected rent that I can probably get is somewhere between 60 and 70 euros. So from a rough numbers perspective, that's almost 9 to 10% gross return on investment. That's of course before we get to the costs. Now there are a few small costs associated with owning this storage unit. One of them being like the service charge for the building, known as comunidad in Spanish. It's generally quite low, but one thing to point out that I learned yesterday was what the comunidad, basically like the owners of all the units in the property, will have to contribute towards, first of all, the lift that was installed, and also the issue in the wall that you saw as well, where there was a leak. I would generally expect my comunidad cost to be very, very low, probably no more than 10 euros. But in this case, there's a few more things that need to be paid for. They also mentioned, discussing the cleaning of the building, which may incur an extra cost as well. So that these things can increase your service charge. So we'll see what happens there. I hope that it won't impact the profitability too much. I also have to pay my corresponding percentage of the property tax, which again is not very high because that storage unit represents such a small percentage of the total property. So guys, that's about it. I hope you found this video interesting. Leave a comment and let me know, what do you think of storage unit investing in Spain? Is this something that you would consider doing as well? So next time, I'll see you on the next one, and let's get this money.